Amplitude was created almost 6 years ago. It was a studio meant to create great strategy games.
We were two at the beginning and trying to make our little prototype under Unity of an amazing game that would become Endless Space later.
We wanted to make strategy games which were deep, rich, beautiful, yet accessible.
But the thing is, we had no idea on how to make a 4X, because we knew how to play it for sure. To make it, we didn't have a single clue. So that's why we decided to create a system with the community to attract people to be interested by what we were doing, and then we call that the Games Together.
Well, Games Together really stems from a simple idea. Every time you make a game, you'll talk about that game with your players. They'll come to you with ideas. Take all these ideas from the get-go and try to integrate them as much as possible into the game so that the game that you're making actually corresponds to what the community wants to play.
We'll develop in front of you, we'll open up all our documents, and before we work on elements, you come and tell us, what sucks, what's good, what you should be improved, maybe other stuff we didn't think of.
And then the early access comes in, they can see the features for real with the build, they can test, give some feedback. Cooperation with the community is a mix of challenging and improving the game, but also adding fresh ideas or fresh content to the game itself.
Every time we have a new game, we kind of save a spot for the community.
We designed 7 factions. These are our factions, but the 8th one is yours. Make it the way you want.
We have one spot with a very simple briefing. In that case, for the Unfallen, we just wanted a faction that's pacifists.
And we started with game design, because there were 3 strands. There was the game design, the visual design, and the narrative design.
So we have more than 100 proposals on the forums, which were sorted, voted on.
And then from that point, we take all the ideas together. We run through a selection process where we'll just take the few most popular. Then we take them all into a final vote, which we broadcast the community at large.
Sometimes we're thinking, how can we integrate this in terms of both the lore side to make it seem part of the Endless universe, and how it works in gameplay mechanics as well. It's not treading on the toes of other factions. The winner was decided to be a kind of forest tree-like faction.
So once we've got the winners, basically we're going to work on it on the idea itself. And once we have something that we're ready to show you, we're gonna get in touch with the winners. Here's our first prototype of the gameplay of the faction. What do you think? And we just call them on Skype. This is the idea you had. This is what we're making with it. Are you fine with this? Do you like it? And so far the reaction we've had was like people just beaming. The guy saying his creation, make it into the game, like becoming actually a thing. Having someone say, this is exactly what I had in mind, it just feels great. So the Endless Day, basically, if you've never heard of it, is a celebration day where we just celebrate the anniversary of the studio.
So basically what we do is we offer them to come at the office, where we do what we call a beer together, so they can drink with us and basically talk about the concepts, the game designs, the co-creations.
There is no filter. There's not, me, community manager, going to ask the question and then coming back to you with an answer. No, you can just ask them unfiltered, and it's a moment of camaraderie because basically we're all sharing the same purpose here. We want to make this game the best it can be.
It's a way to get, again, closer to your community.
I guess working with the community, with the Games Together, it's part of our DNA.
We keep building on, and we want it to always be part of the way we make games.
It's how the company was built. We knew we wanted to work with the community from the start.
We've seen the benefits of that. I think our community is really passionate and really behind us.
It's all about transparency. It's all about having a deal with your community. Say, you know what? If you come and get invested in my community, I promise you, I will listen to you, I will prove it to you, you will be able to follow what you said and to be able to follow you up until it arrives in the game. It's all about this creation that we do together, positive transparency, passion for games and for X, and making things on our side we would have never done otherwise. Without these guys coming and asking us to do this stuff, we would have never done it.
their back and forth with them is really important for us. I don't see us going away from that at all.
We're pretty much going to keep doing this. This is part of the way we do things. It's been working great for 4 games now. We have no intention of stopping. This is part of the DNA, this is part of how we work, this is what the community expects, and this is what we expect of them. So moving forward, community all the way.